Right. Hi guys. So it's meant to be black, so it's a blackout video, right? So I don't know where to start, right? So I just watched back the January blues video for today, and to be honest with you, it really doesn't resonate to be calling that, right? Because that's what I called it. But if you're new to me, the way that I tend to do my healing and that I'm guided to do it, it's not that they trick me, but it's like I don't always have the full story when I start it. I just get guided to start something, and I always, from what I've worked out from other things I've done, like definitely whenever I do any kind of like the fuck it let's go challenge that we're starting tomorrow, by the way. And again, that's what I mean. Like if you'd said to me anytime last year, or even if you'd even said, definitely if you'd said at the start of January or something, that on the fourth week of doing this, I would want to do the challenge, I'd be like, get the fuck. Do you know what I mean? Never mind, fuck it, let's go. I'd be like, get the fuck, because I'm still very much in the depths of winter with everyone else. You know what I mean? Like I almost sometimes feel it's a complete miracle, which I feel it is, that I'm able to crack on and do as much work for the collective and the community that I do, because and I do much I do much more these days as well. I've always done a lot, but it feels like I'm just fucking churning out shit all the time. But it's because so many more people need it. But anyway, there's a whole, so if you're new to me, everything I say is part of the channeling. It's just I just got drawn to 144 when I said that, and again, I've not been looking at the phone because there's not really anything to look at, but they pulled my eyes down to it. So this is definitely going to be a strong message. Um, yeah, the point is so there's obviously a theme about just take the actions you're guided to take, like what I've just described that I get guided to do and have got guided to do for as long as I can remember, really my whole life. But it's not like every time I get guided to do something and it doesn't make sense to me, I'm going to do it. There have been massive times in my life where it'll actually be where I'm like, oh, I wish I had taken the strong nudges as a sign to go. But you know, what I mean, but you learn, and that's what, like I've said before, I am the type of learner where really when you put into any kind of modality, that whether you've got labels for it or not, because Aquarius doesn't like labels. We're in Aquarius season, Pluto and Aquarius. I have always described it as I have to drop the ball, right? I have to drop the ball when it comes to self care, self love, um, learning and teaching everything, and then I come back and I teach people what I learned from what didn't go so great, what did go so great, and then it helps you cut all the crap out. Like I said, I take the scenic route so you don't have to. That's what I always used to say on my lives. Um, but the reason why I've grabbed the phone, and it was, like it would have been, it's too much for a short, is like I've mentioned here and there before. There's a couple of decks that I keep for myself, is the way I'm going to put it, and I've got my reasons for it. Just because, um, yeah, I've got my reasons for it, but I will. Some of these decks that I use for myself, I definitely 100%. I've saw when I do it. Like I will be using these decks on the channel as well. But all I'm going to say is, I've just, I've just been sort of tidying up my kitchen, doing my housework after I finished that session, because basically I had to do shit like that to bring myself back down to earth, because I was just absolutely buzzing after that client session. And if you're new again, or old days will be like, what? Claire's working on Sunday. I don't tend to work the weekends, right? But I was just strongly guided with this soul sister fam client, um, to do it, because it was what was going to work best around her schedule. And because she was even like, oh, are you sure? Because she hadn't even thought that would be an option, because she knows that I don't work weekends. And I was like, no, I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Like I just felt it really needed to be soon. And like I said, it was so much fun, and it was powerful. And anyway, I won't go into the details of the session because it's anonymous, and it's actually, in the case of that lovely woman, I just looked at 444 as well, angels all around. Yeah, I really actually can foresee her coming and sharing whatever bits and bobs of that she wants to share in some sort of way, or even written. But I feel because she's done that before with me, she can do it again. And she knows who she is. Still like saying she and her, but anyway, need to keep it anonymous. Anyway, so, but there were loads of amazing stuff that happened in that would blow your mind. Like the past life stuff for the client, obviously, that I'm helping, but there was also another synchronicity of a past life thing for me, which I do actually think I'm going to post about that, because but it's just more and more confirmation keeps coming at me from what I've already said. And so I'm sharing this because I feel that this is basically the point is, this is what is happening to you. Otherwise, if this isn't resonating, you're not at the same part of the timeline as me. But a lot of people that listen to me aren't, but you don't need to be the same part of the timeline to be experiencing this stuff. But I'm telling you for when it happens. Again, like I always say, the nature of me being away shore, this is what's happening to me right now. So it's either similar's happening to you, or get fucking ready for it, because it's intense and it's weird and it's mind blowing and it's very hard to describe. I've tried my best. Just the synchronicities I keep getting led to about my own connections with my past lives are, and it's more than the Oracle of Delphi one, but that is basically a synchronicity that happened today, that I was asking for a card for the person I was working with, and that made perfect sense for what we had been doing the healing about. But then, I said in my mind, I pulled a card for basically just something about what I was doing, like to help with it, and because that came up in the session, and then it's hard to explain. But then I pulled the Oracle of Delphi, so it's just, and that's from a different deck than the one that I just bought that is called that. So I was just like, this is like, you couldn't get any more clear, crystal clear. But that is alongside all of the synchronicities, Mary Magdalene synchronicities that just keep flying at me as well, and including when I've done the collective one for all of us, you saw I pulled the Mary Magdalene card. So it's really hard to describe all this sort of stuff, because I'm very connected to past lives all the time and I talk about it all the time, but it's just next level of sort of connections and synchronicities, really. So basically what I keep getting insight about is, I feel that your twin flame, at some point when they awaken, or when they start to wake up, their signs and synchronicities will be out this world. Now, we all know that as true twin flames, but I'm talking like next level, because if I've been like this my whole entire life, and then it cranked up when I went through my dark night of soul and my twin flame awakening and all that, if I'm saying this is next level, and I can't really, it's just too, but I just can't really put any of it into words, because I just can't. That's how I feel they're getting me to say it like that, because that's what your twin is going through right now. Or like I said, this is you that's going through this, so it's just, or it's both of you at the same time. But I had to share what I've pulled, because like I said, I'm just kind of eating something and I was just tidying up, and I just pulled some random cards, but the random cards are like so in line with what I'm saying, and also right before I went to just grab one of these cards, I thought to myself, I bet you one of the cards is going to come out about the person waking up, just because of like all the different synchronicities that I'm getting led to. And right enough, it did. So I'm going to just sort of paraphrase kind of like what I'm looking at right here and what I'm feeling. Actually, I'm going to first tell you what happened this morning. I woke up at 5:30 in the morning. I was deeply asleep, and I shot up, and I just, this happens to me. It's so annoying, especially when I'm trying to get my sleep sorted. But I'd had quite a decent sleep for me, right? So we're talking like, I don't know when I would have fallen asleep, but I think I did settle down about one or two. Maybe I had only had about 3 hours sleep. Anyway, whatever. But I'd felt like it doesn't matter how much I'd literally had. I felt like I'd had quite a good sleep, and I was in it, but I didn't really want to get up then because I'd only had a few hours sleep. But I woke up, and what I was hearing was Now, I've wrote it down on my phone because I'm filming it on my work one, and this is exactly what I wrote at 5:30. It was exactly 5:30 in the morning. I don't know why I have to say it was exactly 5:30, but yeah, it wasn't a minute before or a minute after. It was 5:30 when I looked at my phone, and I wrote, I've just been woke up at 5:30, hearing this divine masculine collective are experiencing such out of this world synchronicity and signs, and especially in dreams. And then I put in brackets, that came up in the cards. And I'll just tell you, I'll comment on that in a minute. At this point, they can't deny it. So they've been woke up to the point. So, and then I said, so I've been woke up to point out the obvious. And then I've put the wee woman where it's like the hands, like I don't know. And then I've wrote, there's a channeled message in that in itself. And then I've wrote, I'll post this later though, as I'm going back to sleep. Because sometimes I would just post it right in the moment, but I thought I can just sort of change this later. So like you said, you might be reading this in the community tab and it's written, right? Because I might do that. So I'll just read it out what I'm going to post. And then I've put in brackets, wasn't impressed when that happened, but grateful I had a decent sleep overall, right? But the thing about the dreams, now remember the dreams card, I did hold up a card that said dreams, and I channeled that yesterday that the masculines are getting a lot of insight in their dreams. So I just feel there's a lot of wild dream. Oh my God. I just looked at the phone, I'm sure it was 11:11. I just caught it right as it was leaving. So again, oh shit, yeah, and I'm talking about waking up, right? So this is, yeah, and I just got drawn to my twin flame's birthday numbers, right? It's all fucking going off here. So this is what I'm saying is like, they use the things that I'm going through to deliver the message. So it means that your twin is seeing like your birthday numbers everywhere, and they could be seeing their birthday numbers everywhere, and signs beyond that. But that's not a coincidence. I just got drawn to 11:11, and then his number, right? So, alongside the waking up card. So, and then I've put here, and then my alarm went off with the song I Can't Stand because it haunted me right after I just bared my soul and had said something similar. So this is really, this is really funny. And I was telling my, again, I don't like calling you clients, but I was telling my soul sis, soul fam, one of you guys, this today, that the song I mean is Adele, Someone Like You, and I've wrote pretty hilarious in a way because I wrote it down and the song hadn't come out yet. Must have been a hint to how much of a seer I am, but it wasn't at the time. And then I've got the wee woman with the hand over the face because it really wasn't funny. I can laugh now, and I could even laugh at the irony at the time, but it was actually kind of embarrassing, by the way, because it really did show how psychic I was to the people that knew what I'd said, and obviously the person that received the email. They've been like, what the fuck? And I've wrote, I feel I'm being told the divine masculines are mirroring how rough it was at your worst, even if you don't want them to. It's just how it has to happen. And I started writing something else I've wrote, hopefully, and I didn't finish it. So I think I was probably going to write hopefully not or something, but that's not a coincidence because I actually did say that in the video that I've just published just now for today. And I didn't remember what I'd said, otherwise I would have spoke about what I'd said in today's video in the session, because it was all so many similar themes. But basically I said in that video today that I filmed yesterday, just confuse matters, that a lot of the things I went through in my dark night of soul is particularly to do with different aches and pains. Well, it's a bit more than aches and pains, but yeah, agony. That it's, there is a possibility that your twin flame could actually mirror you in the exact same way and go through like really quite rare symptoms that not many people go through. So just that's something to be open to. And yeah, so anyway, so there's a theme about basically if you're the divine feminine, regardless of your gender, your divine masculine is basically so grateful and really wanting to thank you for being their best friend, even when they've like done everything to push you away, and like they know how well you know them. Basically, they know, they get it, right? And then so think about it, like, everybody that knows me knows, like, I've got no reason to make this shut up, right? This is the message. I saw clairvoyantly I was going to pick this card up about waking up, and that is what came out. So, and the card literally says I'm waking up, right? So that's when I was like, shit, I need to share this, because that is the message I got when I showed up. About the signs. And then, like I said, when my alarm went off so that I didn't sleep in for the session today, it was that fucking song that I can't stand. So And yeah, anyway, just so that, because I mean, it is funny just to make people laugh. Like, I literally did say something to my twin flame. Like, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was something along the lines of, like, I'm not even shitting you. It might have even been that exactly that. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I'm never going to find someone like him, though. Fucking hell. We're both, I'd say we're both uniquely us, but, because everybody is, but, yeah, I don't think hopefully I didn't say never mind, I'll fit. Like, the thing is, he won't even have it either, because when I came off of Facebook, it would disappear for him. But, and I don't even know if screenshot existed. That's how fucking long ago it was, guys. But, yeah, it was something along those lines. I was like, I've felt this way for this long, but because you didn't reply to my WhatsApp, and remember, this WhatsApp would have been like brand new or something, then just forget it, and I'll guess I'll find somebody like I'll get over it and I'll find someone like, I don't know. I can't remember the exact words, but it was something. It was really funny because when that song came out, like literally 2 weeks after I said that or something, it was everywhere and it was overplayed and everyone loved it. Do you know what I mean? And also just the fact that it's so fucking depressing and sad, and that wasn't, and that was from when, well, just things went a bit sour because he ran away, and you know what happens when the divine masculine runs away? They run away and they get involved with other folk, don't they? So anyway, we'll leave it at that. But yeah, that card that I've got about waking up is actually says on it that they're seeing signs about you, and it's freaking them out, and they get it. So like, you couldn't get a card, and there's a lot of cards in this deck, and I'm just laughing because I'm thinking some people that might actually, if you actually can be like, oh, I think I know what cards you're talking about, just keep that to yourself, right? Because there is a reason why yeah, there's a reason. There's a reason why, and I will, trust me, because I love these cards. I will use them. I will use them when I'm guided to, which is probably really quite soon, to be honest. But anyway, and then yeah, and then there's just quite a bit here about friendship. There's a couple of cards here about just the friendship really matters to your divine masculine, and there's just a big concern about bringing it back better than what it was ever before, even if they ever allowed it to develop in a strong friendship. And then the bit that I feel, if this is for you, we'll get excited because I pulled the last one I pulled was I'm ready, but, and there is a bit of a big but, that it's like there's definitely, and now this could just be, even if this message is going to resonate for just one person, but it's never one person, it'll be a collective, it'll be a few people. I feel this might be for masculines that may, like they may be in, oh god, I just looked at, I can't stress how much I've not been looking at the timer, and then my eyes got led to 1804, which we know by now, if you're an OG, is the union sign, because that 1804 is my birthday, and I bring in the unions. So basically what I'm trying to say is this masculine's higher self, right, is saying to me, they're grateful and they're really thanking you for being their best friend, even when they've acted not your best friend, like they've pushed you away. They know that you know them better than anyone, and that they're seeing the signs, they're awake. They know that they want to be with you, and that they want the past to be the past, and they want to, to talk about the past, obviously, not like toxic positivity, like, oh, that's in the past, let's leave it behind, let's just move forward. It's like they want to talk about things. But the big but is, like, I do feel some of these masculines are actually like knowing all of that, but they've not left situations yet. So I really hope that isn't the case for whoever is going to be resonating with these messages. But yeah, there's quite a huge indication of that with what I'm picking up from these cards. So it's quite difficult because it's like this divine masculine, or you, if this is you, needs time to sort things out and do the right thing by everyone involved before coming to communicate with you. I might actually just shuffle these again and see, is there anything else that we want to add to that? But basically, whoever this one's specifically going to be for, right? Because they're just showing me it's somebody that I'd spoke to not that long ago, and it was just, I don't know, it might resonate. I'm going to put this out. I don't know whether it would resonate for her or not, but basically it was a similar situation where they were in that situation and they've just split up with a soulmate, but it's all very, like, very, very amicable, and more than amicable. That's who I was like, I basically think they're all going to get on like a house on fire, but it is going to be needed to explain to the twin flame that the one that they've just split up with is not a threat, and they just came to the conclusion that we're much better off as friends, and you've meant a lot, you know what I mean, it still mean a lot to me, but we like, they just don't, they're not even attracted to each other like that. So again, that's a very rare situation of where it all seems very butterflies and rainbows, and it would be great if it was always like that. But so it could be that for some people, but I feel even if it's like, if there's going to be a bit of a sour note too, which, let's face it, for a lot of people it could be that, but with twin flames it can be like miraculous, you know. It's when twin flames actually get together, you do that brave leap forward to make it work. Like, even the karmic friends and family that were really against it can, you know, a miracle can happen where they start to look at things differently, like as part of their awakening, as they're pulling me the card that says I'm waking up again. And also I just got guided to 21, and 21 is the world coming full circle. And remember, it is the 21st today, the day I'm filming it. So I do feel there's a lot of karmic lessons coming to a close and coming to a completion. Some of them amicable, but even the ones that aren't amicable, that's what I'm just going to put out. So what about the ones that it's really difficult, because it's like the karmic partner is going to be really upset and maybe even angry and maybe even revengeful, and this could be what's holding people back. Like, what about that? But basically the point is, if this is your divine masculine, they're awake, they're grateful, you know, you've been a guiding light in their life, all these kind of things, and there's no love there in the situation that they're in, and they are trying to make it right. I've just pulled out, yeah, again, it's something else. It's about, you have to trust them, and they're doing what they can to make it right. They really desire you, like, they want you, they're fantasizing and thinking about you, actually, and really, there's a strong feeling of desire, actually, that it's like they really don't care about, it's not they don't care about anything, but I'm getting this strong feeling about it. It's a very, very strong pull to come to you. So I feel whoever might resonate with these, I wouldn't be surprised if this person turns up in your physical reality quite soon. And remember, that's why I don't mind saying that when it's a collective one, because you can just let me know if this resonated. But I'm getting strong indications here that this person is actually dying to tell you how they feel, and feeling quite spontaneous. And so, yeah, it's one of these ones that I've said before, I've been channeling this for like fucking 6 months or something, or longer, that it could be a shock to them what they do next. So go and look at some of the titles from about 6 months ago or longer, and it's got, like, you know, I don't know, tower moments or something like that, but it's this feeling of the person didn't plan to come to you this soon, but they're gonna. So that's not everyone's message, but this is definitely someone's. Do we need one more? Yeah, and it's just more cards basically saying that they watch you very, very closely. So whatever that means, like on your personal social media, or if you do sort of public stuff, or if they're, you know, if you live nearby each other. That sounds a bit creepy, you know. Yeah, there's just more cards coming out about desiring you, and very actual cards, actually. And these aren't actual cards, it's just I'm getting that, yeah, and jealous of whoever might be around you, and it's not, and I don't mean in that way, but just like basically that feeling of like mad at themselves that they don't get to spend as much time with you as what other people do, like, and yeah, it's just moving through a lot of limiting beliefs to and yeah, a lot of pain. There's something about being upset and anger, and yeah, and I've just pulled one that says that about messaging you. Yeah. It's this person's like dying to talk to you. They're thinking of you. They're going to set you. So I don't know who this is for, but it's definitely, it was strong enough that it's like, it felt like I'm going to trust it. Yeah. And I've just, you know what? Wow, wait a minute. I'm going to put that back and shuffle. It just, when I put the cards down, it landed on the one that said I'm ready again. So this is why I think they wanted me to deliver this out as a SOS, like somebody's twins coming in, like it's like this person's going to be turning up really quite soon. Now remember, when I'm saying soon, unfortunately, I'd love to be like, oh, this is real time, like 21st of January 2024, but this could just be me channeling the energy of when this happens, it all goes down like this. So just remember, if you've listened to this and it resonates, but we'll just try and remember it. Well, I'm not going to say try, your guides will remind you. Just come back and leave a comment, because I'm like, why am I giving this message out right now? What do we need to know before I close this out? But just take the bits at the start generally about, I really do feel that many of the divine masculines are awake. They're getting flooded with past life memories as well. The signs are out of this world. It doesn't matter if they didn't believe in past lives or any of this stuff before. They're awake now. It's completely different. And like I said, that with the biggest bit of why I feel somebody needs this is if your divine masculine is in a relationship, whether it's been for a long time or however long, something's going to happen where they're not with them anymore. Like they can't, whoever I'm tuning into, they can't possibly, they won't be staying with this, but like you're basically consuming their every thought is what I'm feeling. Right, let's get 3 cards to end it. One, I'm in, yep, this is talking about just, all their interests going towards you, and then, just very attracted to you, and you're inspiring them, and there's just, this person's really sorry, right? And they've lied to you at some point. Oh, see, so this is really going to, I feel this is really going to connect. If there's been something about, if you've, I don't know if you've maybe, either if you've asked this person if they're with somebody and they've said they are, and then you maybe feel like they're lying or something like that, whether this is in person or text or talking, something like that, like I feel they're apologizing for that, and they're knowing that they've hurt you, and they're just really, please forgive me, I'm looking at now as well, and more about I desire you, and they're just really hopeful that you can put the past behind you, and forgive them, and they're acknowledging that it was immature and that it came from a place of fear, and I think we'll end it on this: I love you. So powerful, guys. But anyway, you don't need me to be passed on the message, because whoever this is for, this person's coming in hot. So let me know, and if you can't comment it, email it. The emails are below, but that was quite an exciting one to deliver. So but I need to go and tidy up my office and all my other cards now. So see you later. Like, comment, subscribe.